Hey guys, it's me, Dag. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Fading into Obscurity and Exploring Life. I want to sincerely apologize if I am repetitive because I can't remember what I talk about and what I don't talk about. Probably because I try to dust everything with comedy. So there's sincerity there, but there's no clear points necessarily being made. If that makes any sense, I don't know. But so if I've already told you this, I'm sorry, but yeah. Not only did the mofo come and fill me up full of hope about the house, like, if what he's saying is true, could happen, then my life's gonna finally start. My life's gonna begin for the first time. Anyways, he also sent me a few listings, and I'm like, whatever. But there was one in particular that is not the empty lot that I want, but there are other things about it that make it pretty easy to talk me into the deal. So rule number one, don't ever give your money to a landlord. I'm still sticking to that. This is not an apartment or a rented house or nothing. Rule number two, I'm no longer interested in a mortgage. With the sale of this current property that I'm in, I can buy this new place. It's a blower-upper, but hey, everything else considered, I think it'll work out for you, boy. And I'll be able to buy it outright with the equity of the home, if I'm saying that right. It's when you you buy it at a certain price, but as time goes on, it is now appraised at and worth a lot higher price. And that price is only determined by a buyer. The seller, me, can set a price, but what it's actually worth is only determined by what someone's willing to give for it. And according to this mofo, and we're just going to call him this mofo for a while, he thinks he don't even have to list it. He already knows a couple people who would be interested, and we've texted a couple times, and it sounds like I should be okay so far. But it makes me antsy because I just want to know. I want the deal to happen so I don't have to worry about, is it going to happen? So then once it happens, it also comes with my new home, because I'm going to use money profited from that sale to buy straight up, no bank required, my new place. And it does have a house on the land, and it's a little bit bigger lot than I thought I would be able to get. It's okay. And I'll have I should still have a chunk or 7, a chunk or 8 to spend on, like, I don't know, repairing a couple holes in the floor in the new place or whatever. But one thing I won't have to do is turn the water on and replace a well and blah, 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 and all this other stuff that the VO'd money pit back home is going to require. So why would someone pay for my property, like everyone's been telling me, and like the mofo's been telling me? That's because of the size of the land, the current value of land on average. It is a seller's market, meaning buyers are, at this time, buying land at a pretty lucky price for the seller, at least in this area. So fun times. Keep watching. I'm going to keep sharing with you blow by blow what happens. I'm actually going to drive past and kind of around the block at this new home. So if I didn't clarify, he sent me a few listings. One of them I liked a lot more than the others. I told him I was interested if we could work the deal out with my current place, getting me in there, bada bing, bada boom. And we have already scheduled a showing. I am going to look at the place tomorrow. But since I'm going to be nearby the area anyways today, I think I will drive past it. And I also want to drive around the other side of the block because I want to see what the backyard has going on. So I Google Earthed it to death, of course. And I looked at what little pictures are in the listing, and it's kind of a project, but it's all in all, I don't think it'll be crazy. So keep watching because you never know. Something cool might happen. I do believe I failed to mention that one of the reasons I want to take a look at it by driving by before I go and actually look at it, I'm curious to see if there is a sign out in front of this place, because the mofo seems to sound like my property won't even need to be listed, like I mentioned. So I'm just curious to see if the same is going on with me, where he doesn't need to list this property, which is cool, I think, because I don't want someone else making an offer. But I don't know if that's legal. There are rules in the real estate game. So anyways, I'll let you know. Well, I found it. Drove around it a few times, and the back window's busted out, and there's some siding on the back that's missing. However, for answering a lot of other problems, it's a pretty big house, meaning even if it wasn't, it still fixes a lot of other problems for me. The fact that it probably will not come with a mortgage is the most appealing thing. Keep in mind, I was equally and even more so interested in a plot of land with absolutely nothing on it, just to get ahead of this mortgage game. So this, having a house on it, not in the best of shape, I'm making out kind of lucky here still on this one. There is a sign in the yard. So if someone else is looking to purchase in this particular area, then I better go ahead and try to get it in contract soon. So let's hope it's got water and plugged into village water and village septic and everything, and I'll let you know. So I'm gonna buy this bitch and then go get a piece of plywood and cut it out, cut the size of the window, and then at least board up the window in the back, and then go from there. Well, since I'm on this side of the state and I have some time before I gotta go to work, let me pop in here and see about getting a room for the night. You know, for 45 bucks a night, that was a decent place to stay. Look what I found. This is a giant party barn as part of a park. It comes fully equipped with van lifing resources like outlets. This, I should probably tell you before I forget, is right down the street from the new house. And I should not be getting my hopes up about this place and getting my hopes up about the selling potential of the old place, quote unquote. However, it's really not about getting my hopes up or getting ahead of myself. It's more just about the eagerness, the readiness to move forward. I am so ready to make this go down. Not everyone's a winner. Not every hole's a winning hole. But anyways, I thought this park was cool. And I came out here to check it out. I have a few minutes before I must be to work. So I thought I would take a peek. And I am limiting my enthusiasm because, like I said, I do not want to get my hopes up just yet. Very wet ground right here. Walk around. However, I am a very proactive person. I don't sit there and listen to naysay nonsense. I diligently pursue the next thing I have in mind, pulling all the lessons I've learned so far, pulling them ahead to teach me what I think I need to know moving forward when I go to try something new. But anyways, there you have it, my friends. That is what's going on with me today. I will be back out here in this particular portion of beautiful Ohio on this cold winter week to look at the new house by going inside of it and whatnot. That will happen in less than 24 hours from the moment I'm recording these words. So, wish me luck, but you really don't have to because you're going to know exactly how that went down before this video is over with. So, through the power of movie magic, most likely the next shot will take place when it's dark outside. Just kidding, I lied. Because there's something else I thought I'd mention. I'm not getting my hopes up. However, I kind of am. Because I want this to happen. It's not about this deal. It's not about this house or this location. It's about me moving forward. My life has been in a holding pattern because of me. And when you find an opportunity to break out of that, it gets pretty exciting, right? Especially when you're kind of taking a risk to make it happen. You want that risk to pay off. Where's my keys? Okay. Whoo! I get nervous when I lose my phone or my keys. So. But I'm trying not to get my hopes up. However, I already love this park. I can see myself walking down here from the new house every other day or so. And this park and that new house is going to make me want to get a dog, I tell you. And be that lonely fat guy that just walks his dog. Hey girls, how you doing? My dog would like to meet you. Come over here, bend down and pet her real quick so I can take a look at your dog. And while we're on the subject of exploring what could be, what has a great potential to be my new local park here real soon, I thought I would meander down this way and pop in to the wee old baseball diamonds. This, of course, as you know, is in the off season. It is colder than my ex-girlfriend's personality out here. Your boy is cold. But why not take a look at this weird dugout, concession barn looking thing. Let's pop into the dugout first, of course, and cheer on the teams. See, why not? Why not walk down here from the new house every few days or so and just enjoy the peace of it? And if there's games going on, why not be the creepy guy out as a party of one, seeing if the players are worth a damn or not worth a damn? Who doesn't like live baseball action, boys? Save you a trip to Pittsburgh. And then right behind that dugout is this little concession booth. I think I can see your boy doing some video intros here, right here in the future. Oh, look at that. The old school popcorn machine. I love it. Pretty cool. I can also see me walking down here from the new house and getting fat when this is open and serving. there is a water line that is a PEX line, and it seems to either go or come from the ground. So what I'm guessing is going on is it comes from an underground water source, potentially, I don't know, maybe not, and goes into the building. When you come here with me, after we have walked down from my new house, not that I'm getting my hopes up or anything, of course, you have to decide what cute little bench we're going to sit on and snuggle and say sweet, funny, corny little weird things to each other. Maybe I'll push you on the swing, and maybe I'll fart real loud in the wind, and the smell of burnt peanuts will hit you while you're farting. Please, no smoking around the bleachers. We really appreciate it. You know what's funny about that sign? In the state of Ohio, it is illegal to smoke out in public. This entire park is a no smoking park because it is a public place. I probably said that too fast, because if this park is technically private owned but open to the public, then that's a whole different kettle of worms, baby. So forget I even told you that. I like the playground equipment. Those slides are very tall. If I was a kid on those, I would be amazed that such a tall slide exists. That'd be like my favorite park to go to. All right, I'm cold, so I guess I'm gonna get back in my car and go make some money for the next 9 hours. So I'm sure I'll see you in just like 2 seconds before I go look at that house. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll make you wait. Maybe I'll make you wait 2 whole seconds, suspend you in time, and tell you what I found out after I looked at the house. Who cares? We're just creating time at this point. And yeah, you don't deserve that abuse. So bye for now. See you in 2 seconds. Now, he says he's sending me listings for lots of land, empty lots. So we might end up saying, screw that park. But I'll take a look at him, see what we're gonna do. He also wants me to take a look at a duplex, and I would make money to live there. What a twist of irony. This place I lived in had my balls in a ringer financially for 6 years. 6 years of misery. Dumping the place and turning it into living somewhere that generates me money. Almost can't even fathom that. I know I get the concept fully, but in comparison to what I'm used to right now, and just like that, through the power of movie magic, it is dark. Just like that. You didn't even have to wait but 1 or 2 seconds to even realize the transition had happened. I could get out and freeze my bougie ears off while scraping what little ice is left, or I could sit here comfortably watching Netflix in my home away from home, my car. Tonight at work, while I was working the day away, I received a text message from my realtor telling me, quote, "I already have people interested in your home," unquote. I'm already back at the casa, and it already no longer feels like my home. Maybe that's just in my head. Well, technically it would be anyways, but even though the deal is just getting warmed up, just getting, it's not flooding yet. It's actually just barely sprinkling at this point as far as this real estate move, transition, sell of this property, linked into a new property goes. But even still, with what little has happened already, this place already doesn't feel like home. That red van you see in front of me technically is more so my home right now, because at the new property, keep in mind, I'm ready to downsize onto a flat piece of land. So the house that's on this new piece of land that I'm looking at tomorrow, if said house sucks apples, I'm still buying the place. And if it's not even a sleepable or livable house, then guess what? That beautiful red van you see right there will be parked outside of that house with me living in it at night. The van itself is more my house right now than the actual house that it's sitting in front of. I got distracted. I feel like there's something on the roof over there. I don't want to pan over there because my house number is on the damn house, and I don't want the stalkers and the stalkerettes coming out to try to blow me in the middle of the night or something. But anyways, speaking of being home and approaching my front door in a moment, with how abrupt and fast moving and apparently connected my realtor is, I was only gone for one evening, and I wouldn't even be surprised if there was notes on the door saying, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. Nobody used to have a better view of the city than me. Listen to this creepy winter wind hitting the trees, hitting the leafless trees. Just listen to it. Like something out of a creepy novel. Alright, enough of this shit. It's too cold out here. You know, when me and that realtor were walking through this house just hours ago, I kept making it sound like I hardly ever sleep here at night. I guess I'm embarrassed and ashamed. I don't know why it's easy to talk to all you nationers. But with that guy, who's like head bitch in charge of making shit happen in the real estate world, I just pussed out. Look at that crazy hair way up here. You see that? You see that thing? Let's get it. Let's tweezer it, dude. Let's get tweeze knuckled on it. Ouch. It's just hurting. Anyways, I'll get it in a minute. Look at it. It's distracting. See it? Dude. So, he'd be like, well, what was you doing for heat? And I'd say, well, on the nights I was actually here, I was just in one room with the door closed with the heater running on in the winter. I'm cool. I can sleep on any chick's couch or bed that I want, or I got tons of family that actually isn't drunk and isn't violent 24/7. So, yeah, I'm fucking cool, dude. I don't think he cares enough to try to buy it or not buy it, but I was hoping he bought it, dude. Speaking of buying it, hope somebody buys this fucking dump. And it sounds like they're about to. Sounds like your boy's about to make out like fucking gangbusters, bruh. But anyways, tomorrow, as soon as I get up, I gotta get my ass ready and gotta go look at the house. I don't even know if you're gonna be coming with me today. And maybe tomorrow's video, I'm just being straight up with you. I love you and I'm sorry, but your boy's gonna be a smidge busy for just a minute, just a hot minute. Trust me. Once I get settled into the new John, even if the new John's a fucking dump, and it probably is, but once I get settled into the new John, and we're literally like either home remodeling on the fly or van lifing right outside a new home, new to me anyway. Either way, we can go back to normal, start doing fun stuff again, because we'll have a lot more time and money to do so. Frankly, kind of embarrassing to say, because my finances none of your MF in business, but it's just the truth of it. I'm trying to keep you around. I'm trying to keep you subscribed. I'm trying to keep your tip moist. You know what I'm saying? Isn't this the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? 6 cups of ramen noodles. And I don't know how you make yours, but all I do is open it, obviously, take the top completely off is what I do, and unwrap it and everything, of course. But I just put it under my Keurig for 10 ounces, fill it up, and the noodles soften pretty quickly, and it becomes like the perfect time to eat it after about not even like 3 or 4 minutes, I would say. And I'm about to have one of these right now because I am craving this. This is like a cheap meal, you would call it, of course. But when you're craving it, then it's as legit as it gets, cheap or not, right? Just lift the top, and when you come back down, it'll ask you, do you want to continue with some hot water, baby? And I just go for a 10 ouncer. Hit that magic button, babe. And it's peeing right into my dinner. All right, we're going to play a game. We're going to ask our AI smart speaker to tell us some films starring one particular person. And whatever movies she decides to say, we're going to play a game called Has Fucking Doug Ever Seen Those Movies? You ready? What are some movies with Robert De Niro?
I know about 217 Robert De Niro movies, including Joker, The Godfather Part 2, Goodfellas, Taxi Driver, and Silver Linings Playbook.
I have not seen Silver Linings Playbook. I have no idea what it's about. I've seen Joker. Overall, I thought Joker was boring. And what'd she say? Taxi? I've seen Taxi. Say that again?
Sorry, there is nothing to repeat.
What are some movies with Robert De Niro?
I know about 217 Robert De Niro movies, including Joker, The Godfather Part 2, Goodfellas, Taxi Driver, and Silver Linings Playbook.
The Godfather Part 2 I've not seen, and as you already know, I now have The Godfather Part 1-ish on Ray of Blue, and still haven't seen it. And someone asked me today, did you see this movie? No. Well, you know, I've been asking you about these movies and you ain't seen any new ones. I said, I make about an hour movie every freaking day for the nation, baby. And when you start doing that, trust me, you don't have time to watch any movies. She said The Godfather Part 2. And I can't remember what the creep she just said. But yeah, I didn't know as many as I thought I would. I thought I would freaking kill that one. Let's try like Jim Carrey. I bet whatever she says, whatever one she picks, I bet I've seen them all. What are some movies with Jim Carrey?
I know about 97 Jim Carrey movies, including The Truman Show, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Bruce Almighty, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and 92 more.
Yeah, seen all those. I would love to hear the 92 more. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind with Kirsten Dunst. Wow. And what else? Fucking The Mask is a classic. So funny. We all wear masks in there, metaphorically speaking. Dumb and Dumber is my literal favorite movie of all time in history. Another one of my favorite Jim Carrey's, hands down, it's got to be among the best of his, in my personal opinion, is The Cable Guy. Not only because of his performance, but The Cable Guy as a movie tells a story that most people miss. It has the most perfect arc, the most perfect start and stop with a tie-in to the beginning. Full circle, ironic, amazing plot. It's so underrated, it's criminal. But another good Jim Carrey movie is with Ewan McGregor. It's called I Love You, Philip Morris. It's about a guy who he has like a big heart, but he can not. He's like a compulsive criminal, and it's based off a true story. And at some award show, some British guy actor, the funny guy who is in The Invention of Lying, who stars in The Invention of Lying?
Ricky Gervais, Jennifer Garner.
I was going to say that.
Hill, Louis C.K.
I'm mad I didn't at least guess.
Fanula Flanagan and Rob Lowe were in.
Ricky Gervais said at an award show about the movie I Love You, Philip Morris, because the two main characters are gay. He said, Jim Carrey and Ewan McGregor, two straight guys playing gay men in Hollywood. Two of Hollywood's biggest straight guys playing gay men. Unlike the producers, who are all gay pretending to be straight. And he wasn't talking about the producers, as in the production cast. He was talking about a bunch of producers of popular brands of films, like whatever, New Line and all those other ones. It's just a joke. Hey, it's just a joke. Let's do one more. I'm excited. Let's pick a chick this time. Melissa McCartney. Let's try her. Ooh, what about Sandra Bullock instead? Melissa McCartney. Let's do Melissa McCartney. What are some movies with Melissa McCartney?
I know about 59 Melissa McCarthy movies.
She's getting there.
4, Love and Thunder, The Hangover Part 3, Bridesmaids, Spy, Ghostbusters, and 54 more.
I've only seen the Hangover Part 3. Also, John Goodman's for the funniest shit in that one. But dang, I thought I knew more of her stuff. But the one she picked, see, it's all about the luck of the draw, you know? So play this movie game with your smart speaker device and your friends. And what you do is, as it rattles them off, if you've seen the movie and are familiar with it, you hold up a finger. If not, you keep that one down. If you've seen the third one, you do that. So that means I've seen 1, 3, and 5, right? And whoever has the least amount of fingers up gets the train ran on them by everyone else there in the party. You know what I'm saying, don't you? Good night, friends. It's like 5 a.m. and I gotta leave here in like, I don't know, 3 minutes to go look at that house. So I think I should probably get at least 3 or 4 hours of sleep. If not, I may not even be really knowing what I'm looking at because I'll be so darn tired. All right, wish me luck on that new house, but I would like to apologize in advance if our time together this morning ends before I look at that new house. Because if that happens, that means I kind of needed it to happen as far as video world's concerns are concerned. But if that happens, that just means I'll have an update for you first thing in the morning. Tomorrow morning, 7 All right. Good night. I'll talk to you in about 2 seconds. 1. Good morning. Welcome to another brand new day. It's like 30 asshole degree outside. For no fucking reason. Just to make me feel frozen solid. I've only been awake 2 minutes and I only got like 2 hours to pull off a list of things I have to do. Because it's so cold, I gotta traipse around in my under things to get water to get ready for a bucket shower. I woke up to a text message that said, sent you a buyer's agreement and a seller's agreement, which is required for us to get paid. I know what that is, but I don't know, something about this dude seems like there might be some slick dickery going on. Ugh, so we'll see. I gotta try to get a shower warmed up, take a hot shit. Oh, right now I feel like my ass is getting ready to explode with poop. Oh, I'm about to stop eating because I hate this. I hate these emergency shits. So I gotta get shower, shit, and I gotta peruse this email with enough time to where my just woken up brain can properly, coagulate the information without signing something like I don't want to sign something like I got caught in a trap. You know what I mean? I got to be smart about this. Almost didn't make it. I had to leave my water jugs out on the porch. I ran in here, threw off my coat in the floor, and I had freaking the twins were crowning before I even sat down, dude. The text message he sent regarding the email I gotta read and sign is like, I don't understand, but hopefully the email makes more sense. I'm gonna clear my mind and my bowels and get back to it just a second. Hang on. Green means we're hot, clear means we're not. It's time to take a bucket shower, yeah. Set a 40-minute timer.
40 minutes, starting now.
Let's take a look at this document. Whew. It's cold in this office, boys. Let me put this down a little bit. It looks a little better. See, I'm all about cosmetologicals. I know how to look good on cameras, alright, dude? This exclusive right to represent buyer agreement is by and between me and that particular broker and the broker's appointed agent, that particular sales agent. Broker, the exclusive right to locate residential real estate property and to negotiate for its acquisition. The client acknowledges that the client is not currently contracted with another broker for the acquisition of residential property. So the exclusive, basically it says, I agree to use them and only them. Now he said in his text message that this agreement was required by law for us to even look at the property. Can I be honest on the record, Your Honor, and say that I don't know if I believe that particular text message, but if he is going to work for me and wants to get that commish and wants to say, hey, before we look at this first property and really get into this thing, I would like you to agree to work with us and only us, I would do that. And the agreement only lasts for 2 months, it appears. Look, this agreement begins on 3/6/25 and ends on 5/6/25. So if the shit ain't working out in a couple months, you can just get someone else. And by the time you get someone else anyways, and anyone finds out, that agreement's going to be over with anyhow, dude. Not that I'm suggesting that you fucking double dip, but this agreement may be extended to mutual agreement for the parties in writing. This agreement may be canceled prior to the end of the term or any extension thereof by either party with 7 days written notice. Ooh, we can cancel this agreement by writing it down. If the client terminates this agreement prior to the expiration of the term or any extension thereof, the client shall still owe compensation to the broker consistent with requirements of Section 4 below. The termination of this agreement by either party shall also terminate any buyer agency without any further requirement. If the client enters into a purchase contract before the expiration of this agreement, the term of this agreement shall be extended until the final disposition of the purchase contract. I don't like that you can owe the broker money. The broker is just whatever company the realtor works for, the real estate agent works for. So, you might be my sales agent, a nation viewer. Hi, I'm a Nation viewer. I represent Dougalo Nation Realty. Dougalo Nation Realty would be the broker. You, A1 Good Citizen Nation viewer, you would be the sales agent, but not the broker. I don't like the fact that it appears if we send a written thing or go about our own business prior to the 2 months, 3 months, whatever this contract is for, those motherfuckers could just owe money to Dougalo Nation Realty Co. That's kind of fucked, but what are you gonna do? You trying to get this deal done. Broker obligations to the client. The broker shall provide to the client the fiduciary duties of loyalty, obedience, confidentiality, and reasonable skill and care. The broker agrees to assist the client in locating and negotiating the acquisition of residential real estate. 1.1 in this clause says the broker shall assist the client throughout the transaction and through the closing process. The broker shall act in the client's best interest. The client understands that the broker may be working with more than one client at any given time and is not prohibited from representing other clients with regard to any residential real property. Basically, that's their promise to me. Hey, we'll take care of you if you fucking stick with us. That's all that needed to say. But because of the legal mumbo jargon jumbo, it has to say all that shit. All right. Luckily, I'm a fucking brainologist and I know how to fucking decipher Da Vinci's Code. All right. Now, here's my obligation to this particular real estate sales agent company, this particular broker. Okay, you ready? I agree until the contract is up. 2 months. I agree for the next 2 months to work exclusively with this real estate company for the acquisition of residential real property and will immediately identify themselves as a client of that particular broker at any time when communicating with or viewing residential real property, such as but not limited to attending open house, viewing a buyer's model home or construction site, talking with a for sale by owner, or to any other broker during the term of this agreement. That's interesting. So after you sign this for the next 2 months, if you happen to notice someone with a for sale by owner sign in their yard and you walk up into their house and knock on the door to take a little look or to talk to that person, you can't say, I mean, you can be like, hey, I just want to look at your place, but this says that you agree to say, hi, I'm a client with so-and-so currently looking for a home, but I did notice you're for sale by owner, even though I'm a current client under the agreement under the agreement thing I signed. You just have to identify, as a client, I would have to identify myself to anybody going to an open house, whether I was invited or not. Well, right now, I am a client of Crabtree Realty. So, one of their agents, Dr. Dougie Dickumdown, he is helping me acquire property. My exclusive agreement contract with them expires in 4 days. So, if you would have had this open house in 5 days from now, then I wouldn't have agreed to say that and therefore would not have. I don't know the legality of this. I don't know I'm pretty sure, I don't know, maybe it's like law. Once you sign this, you're on the hook. But that only works against you if something ends up in court. Like, he fucked us over, motherfucker. Look, we got the contract right here. He was 32 minutes too soon. He should have said he was our client, that bastard. The client shall cooperate with the broker in locating real property. Such cooperation shall include open communication, reasonable availability, and providing truth, accurate personal and financial information to the broker, which broker agrees to keep confidential at all times unless the client specifically authorized disclosure. So, I agree to be easy to work with so we can get this fucking deal going. How long on the timer?
On downstairs. You have 23 minutes
left. So I got 23 minutes to read the next 4 pages and get this signed, baby. I hope this is the only thing he sent me. Compensation of the broker. This is going to get interesado. The client agrees to compensate the broker as provided for below, and the client, if the client or any party acting on behalf of the client acquires residential real property during the term of this agreement, the percentage of the sale and flat fee of this particular agreement is 3%. So this property he is trying to sell for that amount, which means when somebody buys this property, if they have this same agreement with him, my real estate broker, let's just say, will make $7,500 off of that guy, whoever buys this place that you're looking at right now. This place right here, this place. How much of that goes to the sales agent and how much of that is kept by the broker? Well, that's their agreement. I don't have access. I'm not privy to that infotainment. But my property that I'll buy, the one we're about to go look at here, if I can get a fucking bucket of water heated up and wash my ass on time, my property that I'm about to go buy is if and when I buy it, my broker, who my agent works for, will make $1,770. That's because the property I'm going to sell is worth, the property we're in right now, is worth much more than the property I'm about to buy. Matter of fact, I'm about to use profit from this place to purchase outright, mortgage-free, my next joint. And so he'll make a commission. So if this realtor put all this together, he'll make about what, 5 lodge, $6,000 or whatever it was I said, put them together. That means the dude makes about what, 1,500 per hour, because this is a click on a computer and put in a couple numbers and then send. This is an e-document, DocuSign. So, and then like going and say, hey, can we look at your house? And then looking up on the MLM what's available. This works for my client here. This works for that client. Probably, I remember they said they were looking for something more like this. And then you have to talk and text, and that takes time. But if you have multiple clients going and it ends up multiple deals and you lump it all together, you make a lot per your hours worked as a real estate agent. If you're warmed up and people are calling you frequently and you got a lot of signs out, your number and your pictures out there, blah, blah, blah. And what I'm saying is at first, friends, you might not have, it might take you a year to get your first sale. It might take you 2 years to quit your regular job. I don't know. It also depends on what area you're in and whether people's like, the market's scary, or they're like, shit, my budget says I can do it, let's do it. I don't know, guys. I'm stressing out. That's why I'm acting silly, okay? Broker commissions are not set by law and are fully negotiable and may be paid by the seller, the buyer, the landlord, the tenant, or a third party, or by sharing or splitting the fees and commissions between brokers. I gotta read this and sign it and get back to you, but you get the point. Actually, I'm just gonna copy and paste it and then sign it and then go back and hope I learn about what I just signed and hope it doesn't stress me out too much. So wish me luck. Signed it, guys. Exclusive agreement with just me and that dude for 2-3 months. I don't know why it's really that final, because if anything were lead to a court trial or something, so you could say the client or the plaintiff, let's say the plaintiff was the realtor, would say, well, this person agreed to be my client exclusively because they did the DocuSign through email. What are you going to present to the court as evidence? A piece of paper with my email address written on it and my fake digital generated signature? Anybody can do that, create that document, submit it into evidence for a court case just to make it look like you received that email or did that. Or you can get, let's say, you used digital forensics and submitted forensics investigators' findings into evidence. And they said, well, we believe through our expertise that that person did receive the email and that the plaintiff is saying the truth. That's more likely to hold up. Damn, this must be one big ass problem to have happen for it to go that far. Otherwise, I can type up a piece of paper right now on my computer that says this has been sent to the email address, your email address, and then I can put a digital cursive signature at the bottom, because that's all this does. All I do is click to say I agree to sign. Fucked up world out there, dude. That's all I'm trying to say. Oh, my ear just popped. Made it out the door with enough time to slide into the Wendy's chicken sandwich drive up. I wonder if I should just get this new house and not worry about the sale of the old house until after. Like, I don't have the extra money, but I think I could pull some strings and then I would get all the string pulling money back, theoretically, upon the sale of the old house. So this dude's going to try to work it out to where both can happen pretty much at the same time. So I only have to show up with an ink pen, basically. That's interesting. That's I would say that'd be tricky, but for this guy, no amount of bullshit guy probably does this in his fucking sleep. And it's probably why he doesn't have to sell his house like I do. And he also probably doesn't have a mortgage. Like I'm about to not to sort of have, kind of. You get me. Anyways, we're heading there now. I can't wait to ask him. Speaking of that, what's going on with my current house? And I'm ready to meet people who want to fucking shake my hand and make this happen. But I was thinking last night, if I have to stress and get crap out of that house real fast, like this weekend, which I only have one day to do it, oh, that would fucking suck. 5-bedroom house plus garage, full move out in one weekend to get it ready for a buyer. I guess you can say, like, on your thing, give me a week, whatever, but still, it's a lot for the old brain to toggle, you know what I mean? See that little house? They turned their front yard into a storage unit business, as you can see. Love it. Absolutely love it. Now that is a work from home opportunity right there. I already know what he's going to tell me. He's going to be like, now you know this house is a bit of a fixer-upper, more like a fucking blower-upper. And I'll be like, yeah. He'll say, but with the sale of your property, you can buy this place outright and be clear and free of that sale, closing cost, everything on both transactions, and mortgage free on this new place, and have a little bit of walking change. But are you sure you want to live in this new house? Because I just want, I don't want anybody to say anything bad about my good realtor name. There's a couple holes in the floor. And I'll be like, holes in the floor? Dude, I've been showering out of a fucking bucket for 3 years. Bring on the holes, baby. Yeah, I might be able to stand in the living room and piss down into the basement via the hole in the floor. But if it's got running water and it's hooked into village water and septic, bring it on, baby. But like I done told you, I don't care if there's nothing on the parcel of land but a blade of grass. What it doesn't come with as well is a mortgage. So sign me up. Do it. Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready to figure that next challenge out as I go. Fuck it. I'll be there in about 5 minutes, boys. I'm excited to see this fucking dump. Curious about all the pictures that were not taken and listed on the MLM. Included with the listing, I should say. But really, I would be just as interested in buying this parcel of land, even if there wasn't a house on it at all. Well, guys, the walkthrough of that house will haunt my nightmares forever. That place is a dump beyond all dumps. But my realtor thinks we can get it for more than half off of what they're asking. He thinks we can lock it in and get it going for like 30% of what it's listed at. And I said, well, it ain't like anyone else is asking for the property, so it'll give us plenty of time to negotiate. And he said he's going to give me documents in an hour. So I don't know if that means I'm making an official offer. I think it's more documents, more so dealing with contingent on me selling my property. And he said he told me an investor is interested in my property, rock solid. So I want it to go faster, but at the same time, I'm like, if it did go any faster, I'd be scared because it's already going Lightning McQueen, baby. It's a little disappointing that that house is so creepy and screwed that you couldn't even sleep in it at night. So there is good news, though. It's a big parcel of land, so there's building space for a different house, whatever. But there's also, as far as day 1, day 2, and so on goes, there's a separate garage on the property that has a great floor, great structure. It's newer compared to the house and everything, and it's huge. So it's got 2 big garage doors in the front. Your boy could easily get rid of one of the doors and build a walk-through door and a couple windows, and that's it. No problem. Or I could just have the whole big open-ass barn as my house, really. And as far as staying warm goes, that's where the van comes in. When you park your van in your house and you have no heat source, then you just get in the van with a little buddy heater and hope not to die. So this adventure is best for what it doesn't come with, and that is a mortgage. So that is the game changer of all game changers. And I told him when I first walked in, he was instantly disappointed and trying to keep me motivated as if I was about to be like, oh, screw this deal. You could hear it in his voice. But I said, so before he even got too much into that, I said, you know what? Even if there wasn't a house here, I'd still be interested. And his voice changed. He goes, all right, well, look here. You could do this, you could do that, but you know what? Ultimately, I think they'll take less for this property, blah, blah, blah. Then we got to looking at the garage. But even if there wasn't a garage there, I'd still want it for all the other reasons I want it. But that garage is the thing that takes a lot of that stress away as far as bedding down, hunkering down, and making it happen. It'll be cool. I'll probably turn that garage into a really cool, pimped out house, and it's a big structure. So I think it'll be. I think it'll be fun. I think we'll have some fun dealing with this new place. And as far as my old property goes, like I done told you, I asked him, when do you need me to get stuff out of there and get it cleared out so someone can look at it properly, whatever the case? And he said, I'll let you know. done tell you what, if I had an overnight bag with me, especially if it had my laptop in it, I would just get a hotel tonight, because I am an hour from home, OG home, original home, and I'm over here by home 2.0, soon to be home 2.0. But yeah, I didn't have enough time to even think of that, let alone get ready for it. So we're going back to my old house, which compared to my new house is the fucking Taj Mahal, baby. Can I tell you a little secret? Once upon a time, I worked a side job at this exact gas station out in front of this exact Kroger Marketplace. The job sucked ass. I'd get up at 5 a.m., go to my big boy job, was on my feet for 9 hours, would rush over here, would have just enough time to eat a nasty fast food burger, change my shoes in my truck, then walk into that gas station and work. Technically, you had to walk into the store and clock in, then walk your ass back out. And then I was here until closing, 10 o'clock at night. And I did that 3 nights a week on weekdays, and I was out here for 8-hour shifts on weekend days, which was another hour drive from home out this direction. And I did it for a few months, hoping financially things would catch up and rebuild, and never happened. And one day I had enough. There was a coworker I had here who was a man in his 60s who sent me a text one day of a picture of a very attractive woman at a gas pump pumping her gas. With his phone, took a picture of a customer pumping gas and sent it to me, because my cell phone number was posted on the wall inside that little gas shack, in order for us to contact each other like, hey, why is there $20 missing out of the till? Or where did you put our sticky notes, dumbass? And we can't find our drop slips. What the fuck? What'd you do with them? Well, he used my number that day to send me this picture of a lady who had no idea she was being photographed by the creep that works at the gas station she was spending her money at. And he wrote something like, wouldn't you like to eat that up, or something like that. I did not respond. That was not an avenue I was going to go down. Anyways, a couple days later, I'm working with the guy in there, and he's like, oh, you should have seen this one the other day. Almost sent you her picture again. Did you get that other picture, by the way? And I said, yeah, but I didn't know what that was about. I thought maybe you were having a stroke. And he's like, oh, I wanted to show you the hot chicks, man. That's one of the perks of working here. All these hot moms that come in here. And so I had to get a little more firm. And I said, dude, if you think I'm screwing up this side hustle opportunity they gave me to make some extra bank and getting in trouble with you doing this crap, you're out of your mind, and I'll have no part of it. Then he's like, so anyways, we've been busy today, and the weather's been nice, and now the only reason I'm here is because I now have like an hour and a half to burn, because I'm an hour and a half from my old home, and I feel good calling it the old home. It is an old home, but it is my old home. Not only that, but it is actually a newer building, a newer house than my old ass house that I'm living in, an hour the other direction. A lot of things going on. A lot of balls bouncing around the old pinball machine today for you, boy. In any event, like I was saying, since I have that extra time to burn, to pass, I hate to say to waste, because you should never waste time, I thought I'd pop into the VO Kroger's, my old employer, and pass the time by entertaining my taste buds by buying some food I don't need to eat. Because, that's just kind of how I roll with it. Should I buy a lawn chair for my new barn dominium I'm about to be living in? Look at this red chair. Now, only $25. I can't get that home in my little car, but I do like it. I like that red chair a lot. You can't even take a full breath in here. It smells like I just walked directly into someone's asshole. This is what $100 looks like in the United States of America. That's what $100 looks like. And it's fucking junk anyways. There's nothing in there that's supposed to be purchased or supposed to go into your body. I'm a joke. Everything I am is a joke. Everything I have is a joke. My whole life. Speaking of jokes, you want to hear this new one I've been working on? So your boy's not sure on the financial details. So I made an official offer on that dump I looked at today. I really shouldn't call it a dump because only the house that's on it is a dump. But I'm buying it not for the house. I'm buying it for its location and its mortgage-free capabilities. But look, as far as me being able to pay for the property, if the offer is accepted, and the offer was made today in writing, and cover closing costs, I would need funds from the sale of my current property, which I'm still there, all my stuff's still there, and he said he's going to let me know how it goes with the person he has in mind for it, etc., etc. He had me offer a much lower amount than this new property is asking for. So he's probably going to tell this investor of my old property, go ahead and offer this guy just what he'll need to get out of his mortgage and cover the cost of his new place. That way, that guy stays on good terms with him, just like he wants me to get my deal done to stay on good terms with him, blah, blah, blah. But I just want to, so I'm not saying that, basically what I'm saying is, I'm not expecting to walk away with fuck you money, right? But I should still be able to get both those things done. The sale of being able to walk away from my mortgage and have that totally paid up, and be able to acquire this new place financially, and I want to cover closing costs. So if those three things can happen, and I have enough to buy a ham sandwich at the store, I'll be a happy garage camper. Get it? See what I did there? Happy garage camper? Because I might be living in the fucking garage at this new place. Anyways, but how we keep one deal locked in so the other deal can happen, I'm inexperienced in that. So I just texted him that specific question. So we'll see. But I don't know yet. I'm curious to see what he says. And just like that, through the power of movie magic, it is now dark out. Whilst at work tonight, I received 2 text messages from my realtor, from my real estate agent, who I am locked in now in a binding contract with. I have agreed not to cross real estate lines. I've agreed not to fraternize with other realtors or real estate sales agents. And he texted me a text that said, we should hear something back from it tomorrow. And that's just the way he talks. He doesn't really speak in complete sentences unless I make it clear to him that I'm missing some information and I'm not quite sure what we're talking about. Then he always responds back with a much more detailed stop and start, complete, finished sentence. So therefore, I have 0 issues overall with how he communicates. But since that text was kind of worded that way, I can only assume he is referring to the official offer that I made on the new property today. So I don't know why he thinks we're going to be hearing an official answer tomorrow, but I'm glad he feels that way. Another thing he strongly felt and talked about was that he already knows a couple people, quote unquote, that are interested in buying my current, soon-to-be old property. I received the next text message I'll mention that I received from him tonight said, I sent you a document to sign. That way we can get your house on the market. If he decided to put my house on the market, I'm going to assume perhaps that means the investor he mentioned that he had in mind has decided they're not that interested. Because when we first started talking about it, and he said, I think I know a couple people who might want this right now without even having to list your property, as I have mentioned. And he said also, but if that doesn't work, then we'll just put it on the market. Well, today he expressed, he didn't just express the desire to put it on the market. He sent me the documents that once I sign them, he will put my beautiful house on the market. It's strange though, because I don't believe he took a picture of the outside of my house, and he didn't take that many pictures of the inside either. When I purchased the home, the property, 6 years ago, I learned about the property in the first place from seeing like 20 different inside and outside pictures of the property, multiple shots of every room, etc. So who knows? And the only reason I overthink things and I create so many new questions as this all goes along is because I just want to know how it's going to turn out. Not knowing is the rough part. If I were to get approved, as in the offer gets accepted for this new property I want to buy, I will be very relieved. That'll take away 75% of the stress associated with this deal, or this potential deal, because this new place is a really important place for me to get because of the location and of course the mortgage-free opportunity. Two unbeatable contenders and the reasoning why I want this new place. So my first priority, my first hope is that happens. Secondly, not to be confused with lastly, secondly, I would love to get my current property sold with enough walk-in cash to where I can completely and fully buy outright this new place, of course. And as a little bonus tickler, it sure would be nice to have some garage conversion into an apartment / campsite setup money to go along with it. So, what is the future of the content here on Dougalo Nation? Well, for some reason I'm still doing a daily upload. I don't know why, because about every other day I think about stopping, but I just can't at this point. It's getting easier to do because I'm just in the habit of always shooting stuff and always checking to make sure the next day is ready and all that. And the only thing that used to bother me is, oh my gosh, what if a video's boring? I can't do that. I gotta go film something cool. I gotta go try to make this particular thing even cooler. I gotta think of something more clever to say. What am I doing? I'm sabotaging my career. Well, I kind of got that out of my system. You're here if you're here. You're here because you love me. You're here because you want to spend time with Jebwa. And you know that right around the corner of these sleepier segments, I'm going to say something that's going to make you laugh, or I'm going to show you something that you think's cool enough to not turn the channel. Or maybe you're like about half the audience, half the nation members who watch the quote-unquote sleepier segments because you enjoy those as well. You find it interesting to learn more of who is the man behind the curtain. Who is the man pulling the strings, running the Duggalo Nation? Who is the man? The town I'm traveling through right now to get home, I have done so for 6 years. So many countless times each year. And these last couple times, because of what's going on with my housing change right around the corner, this town does not feel like home at all. I feel kind of embarrassed to say that because it sounds silly. It sounds way too jump the gun, and it sounds way too final for something that just started becoming a reality. But it's true. This town doesn't feel like home at all anymore. It used to. It definitely used to. And I used to think I wouldn't even need to have grown up somewhere different like I did. If I had grown up here, I'd be proud to say I did. That's how much at home this place felt. So I guess the saying is true. Your home really is where your heart is. And I don't know if my new property and my new situation will feel like home either, but I'm sure over time. Whew, you made me yawn when I saw you yawning, guys. You must be bored with what I'm saying if you're yawning. But I'm sure over time, the new place will become commonplace. As I pulled into my driveway just now, this nervous pit hit my chest. I'm giving up my mortgage. That will require me to give up this big house on this big acre of land out here where nobody bothers nobody. So, this nervous pit came to me for the first time in this whole process, where I thought, man, am I making a mistake? What if I just stuck it out, paid down that mortgage, fixed up the utilities, and got the water turned back on and all that? That's why I've been here for 6 years without water and heat, because I'm afraid to let go of the dream I had for this property. But enough is enough. It's time to shift gears to unlock much bigger potential soon, because it's 6 years in. This house should be totally different by now. And like I said when I first called my realtor about the whole thing, I just can't get ahead of this deal. Been trying. But look, in spite of all that, you have to enjoy the little things. Do you remember me complaining about my one-a-day vitamin gummies that were too damn hard to get unstuck because they're gummies, they all stick together? Let me give you a proper example of it, because here they are. Do you hear them? That is a ball of gummy vitamins all stuck together. And they are such a pain in the arshenhala to unstick to get your daily chewables. So, I'm really excited. You know you're old when you get excited about something like this. Hard tablets, so much easier. And one of my favorite things in the world, I don't know why, but one of my favorite things of all time, like one of the most enjoyable things I do every day is first thing in the morning when I get a cup of coffee and also a giant glass of milk. And I have my vitamins, my heartburnies, my vitamin C. When you're old, you have one of these, baby, and you're proud of it. Also, I'm twice as excited for these instant coffees in a cute little easy to use van life pouch. The best part of waking up in your van when you live in a barn at your new address is having instant coffee Folgers out of a pouch. I like a little coffee with my cream. The time has come, friends, when your boy, me, is going to sign the exclusive right to sell listing contract, which will give my broker the exclusive right to sell my property. And it will also damn sure get me motivated to start moving. Even if I don't have this new place where I can access it and move stuff into that property, I think I'm going to get a storage unit, a little 1 or 2 month pocket spot to put my things, because when this place is empty, let's just say this, the emptier it gets as people come to look at this place, the bigger it appears and feels. When I first bought this place, I walked through an empty house and it felt big. It felt like there was a lot of potential here. And it is big, whether there's stuff in it or not, but I think it has a lot cleaner, ready to go vibe when all your shit's out of it. So, have mixed feelings about this, but I'm doing it. And my guy, my real estate agent, was not just throwing out numbers to make it sound too good to be true or anything like that as a sales pitch, because the numbers he picked are on here and he's asking me to sign saying I agree, and I will. And when all is said and done, I've walked away from my mortgage. I've broken ties with them completely. The property's sold. I no longer owe them a penny whatsoever, whether on money they're would have made on my delinquency at certain times, because that'll all catch up at the end. That'll be settled. The principal obviously will be paid off and settled. I will no longer have a mortgage loan in any way, shape, or form, and I will have purchased this property that I looked at today, or a different one at around that price range. If and when this happens at the figure that we're going to ask for it, we're going to list it as, even if a buyer wants to buy it for slightly cheaper, your boy, let's just say welcome to the Millionaires Club. You're going to want to take your gold card down to the sports store, because you're going to want some toys, like Wave Runners and shit. Just kidding. I'm not going to be a millionaire. That's for damn sure. Not off this deal anyway. But will I be a thousandaire? Yes. And I'm not saying that. And I'm talking about after my new place is even bought and everything. Will I be a thousandaire? Yes. A few times over. But I'm not saying that to say, look at me, I'm lucky, or look at me, I'm special. I'm only saying that because it is the fact that property gains value just because it is real property. It has its own address. It makes it unique. Property is scarce. There will always be a demand for it. And because of the declining dollar, more dollars are required to buy the same amount of land. So, because of inflation, which just means the failing US dollar, property generally, normally increases in value. So just owning it is an investment for most people, in most cases. And luckily, thank the Lord, in my case as well. That's the only reason I'm mentioning that. I will make out well. So that's it. So thank you. I'm about to do this, and I'll let you know what happens on the next one, my friends. We'll see you again right here tomorrow morning, as has become our new norm. We are like, what, 30 some days in, consistent daily video without budging. And there is better content to come. And I won't have to close out the videos with that promise anymore because we'll be rolling in those soon. So but I should stop saying that now because some people find this revealing experience where I'm revealing my experience in talking about what it would be like to go through this particular thing and then throwing my stupid 2 cents into it to try to make it a funnier version of this real life. Some people love it. So you're welcome that I made you an awesome video, whether we went out and did something that I thought was awesome or not. You jerk. But I'll let you know what happens. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you again tomorrow morning, as usual. And let me know if you want something, if you want to contact me directly, or maybe you just want to have me with you in a certain type of way. You can do that, probably, by emailing dougalonation@gmail.com. I'll check it when I'm not busy making billion-trillion-dollar real estate deals and smooching it up with all my millionaire friends while you peasants work for a living. If I'm not busy doing that, I'll check the email, dougalonation@gmail.com. So please send me an email if you want something, if you want to contact me for whatever reason. And if you want to help me as far as this video content career goes, you can share this video with people and be like, hey, this guy made me laugh and he's going through an experience and he's been talking about it. And I learned a little something, or at least enjoyed his sexy company, okay? And you will too. So give this guy, let my friend become your new friend. Here's a video I want to show you. A growing audience does help the nation a lot, so do that. And that is all. It is time now to pee on this fire and pack up this camp to head into our new parcel of land where we will camp up. Mortgage free is the way to be, and that is the future forever. Right here on Dougal Nation. You get to be a part of it by hanging out with your wang out. Until next time, aka tomorrow morning, you stay pretty. Don't forget your bug spray. Don't forget your vitamins. Don't forget your coffee. And don't forget to say your prayers and wish me good luck. And if you don't, then you're a douche.